make the best housewife, especially when they ready to settle down and be housewives.
Why?
Because hoes know how to really comfort and cater to a man.
And I was just like, if this was back in the day, I would have been sucking dick in 45 minutes. A whole nother dick. Not even his dick. And I was like, oh, okay. So you can turn a hoe into a housewife.
Now, I want y'all to think about something. You know, we talked earlier about how a woman go through so much and then she just looking for the man who will let her come in and calm down for a while. Well, here's the thing about a woman that's for the streets. She just needs to take breaks from the street. For her to say this, that means it crossed her mind to be her old self.
Tell us the truth. So why was I just arguing with this nigga? And I said, you know what? I'm going to just go to the gas station and sit in my car for about 45 minutes to gather my thoughts. And I was just like, if this was back in the day, I would have been sucking dick in 45 minutes. A whole nother dick. Not even his dick. And I was like, oh, okay. So you can turn a horsewife into a slave. What the fuck? Horsewife into a slave. Housewife into a hoe into a housewife. You could turn a hoe into a housewife. Look at me. Look, house is clean. I'll be cleaning up after my kids, his kids, cooking every day, big meals. I'll be sucking the same dick every day. Every day. And it's going good. Look. It's going good. You can do it, ladies. Y'all can turn into housewives if you want. And you want to live like that, you can do it. Do anybody got any advice?
But she ain't locked in like that no more. Because I'm going to tell you, when you're 25, 24, 25, and you're locked in, you can't be 34, 35 and be locked in with the same men. You don't have the same access.
Real man, and I'm talking about real man. The value goes up with age. For us, woman is the opposite. It's a hell of a hard pill to swallow, but it's like they're the driver that gets better with more experience, and we're the car that just gets run down the more we are around. And just a disclaimer, because I know I don't look my age, I'm already 38 years old, so I'm already right at the doorstep of that older woman group.
And when you really go hard and really, really put forth your effort to try to be a good girl, and you change your number and do all that, you ain't got no ties to nobody. You ain't even got nobody you can call. But I guarantee you, if she had her old number and she was still locked in with somebody from the past that she liked to link with, that's what she'd have been doing right then. Because it don't matter if you take her out the streets, you can't take the streets out of her.
Tell us the truth.
The best housewife, especially when they ready to settle down and be housewives.
Why?
Because hoes know how to really comfort and cater to a man, and a hoe ain't really bothered by other women because a hoe know what she can do. She know her capabilities and her ability to be, because she done hold on to him. That's how she got him. She hold on him, and she know how to hold on him to keep him. That's why old bras like Drea can go get a baby by them young $100 million because she know how to. Women have a problem understanding men. Don't, because and mess with a lot of different men, and she's an expert at a man. A woman don't know about no man.
So never put yourself in a position where you believe that a woman that's been 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 men hold can turn around and be your housewife. Why would you want that? If somebody gonna turn into a housewife, why it got to be you? Why you got to be the one? And it probably might be somebody she done circled back to. And don't listen, bro. Let me tell you something. Don't get me wrong. I've had women circle back. But all they got was hard stick and bubble gum. Just ran out my last stick is where I'm coming from.
Is marriage something that you're interested in one day?
Yes. I do believe my soulmate is out there, and I believe that I already met them. And it's not like I'm moving on. I'm just, you know how sometimes they say like your soulmate, you've been around them,
And you
or
might
you've
just
seen
not
them
know
and
it.
you just don't know. That's what I'm going off of.
Okay.
I'm not interested in meeting nobody new
Okay.
at all. Like, I'm off of that.
That's all. There ain't no circle back, okay, now I want to be with you. Nope. Circle back and get your back blown if that's what I want to do. Sometimes I just pass you right on. Nah, babe, I'm good. Let's link up face to face so I can see you face to face. And let's see how cold I am. You understand? Let's see how cold I am, how swole I am. You understand me? And that's it. But to circle back around and talk about, okay, now I want to be in a relationship. No, you don't. Those are lies. Or even if you do, guess what? I don't. This is what you have to remember, dog. You can turn whoever you want to into a housewife, but she will not be a loyal wife. So she'll clean up your house and then she'll go slurp up somebody and clean them up. You know what I'm saying? She'll clean your house up good, then go clean up somebody's wood. Is that what you want in your life? Cause I ain't trying to live like that. If that's what y'all want, y'all go right ahead. But I would advise you not to do that.
That's what I was trying to tell you. Take the power out of it. I'm not worried about if my woman is cheating or not.
So if you found out your woman cheated on you, you're going to stay with her?
If I love her, I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to figure it out. First, let's ask, like, what kind of cheating is it? Like, is this somebody, or the first question should be, are you in love with this person?
Okay.
Right? Because if you're in love with them, I'm not fighting for that. I'm dipping.
Right.
Right? Like, you're in love with the person, like,
right.
Then let me allow y'all to, be in love with each other.
Stay in love. So you'll walk away.
Well, for me, I'm dipping. Like, I'm dipping.
Okay.
I'm not staying if you're in love with somebody else.
Right.
That doesn't make sense for either sex, either side of, male or female. It just doesn't make sense.
Have you ever taken someone back that walked away from you?
Walked away from me, or I walked away from? I've rewound the VCR a few times in my life.
Yeah.
Now, let's listen to a woman talk about how when a woman is dealing with low caliber men who depend on women for leadership and guidance, these women are scarred. And so they're worn out, because when a woman takes a leadership position in a man's life, if she's been dealing with low level men who've been seeking her for leadership, and she's been dealing with them and guiding them and doing all that, she's broken, because that's not the role of a woman. It never has been the role of a woman. I tell church girls all the time, you're supposed to shut up, right? Read your Bible right here. What it say? It say, even when you in church, you supposed to shut up. You can't even say nothing. You can't ask no questions. You supposed to go home and ask your husband. Oh, you ain't got no husband. So why you going in there for? So you going in there, the blind leading the blind. You don't know what you're hearing. You just going in there to say you go. Bro, you have to remember, every day you wake up in the morning, when you wake up with that pee hard on and you go drain the lizard, you got to remember that you standing up, not sitting down. You shaking, not wiping. And you remember that. And that's what reminds you of your superiority over a woman. Every woman. You get to a certain point as a man, you got superiority over your mama. That's why God said, wait a minute now. I know you got superiority over, but honor thy father and thy mother, so thy days on the earth shall be prolonged. That's to keep you from being domineering over your own mama. Because naturally, as your testosterone rises, by the time you 17, 18, bro, you supposed to feel dominant over every woman. What are we doing? Once the physical advantages come into your life, why are you out here treating a woman like she equal? In what kind of way is she equal?
Money gives men power while money gives women freedom. It don't work the same. That's why anytime you build a man, it will always blow back in your face. The more money a woman has, the less options of dating men are available. The more money a man has, the more options he have. Women have to understand their currency. That's why I tell women, prioritize beauty and fitness. Because if you do that, you can attract high caliber men, high earning men. A man don't care about your money when he making money. The only man worried about your income is Pookie and Ray Ray. Okay? He want to make sure you keep that job or that career or business. Okay? But men with money don't care nothing about your money. Okay? They look for your femininity. If a man cannot succeed in a system that was built for him to thrive, called patriarchy, you don't need to be wasting your time. It's a waste of your beauty. It's a waste of your youth. It is a waste of your life to stand next to a man who cannot succeed in a system that was created for them. You ever heard this is a man's world? Yeah, it's a man's world. We just live in it, right? We bleed every month. We got headaches, stomach cramps. We don't got the energy they have, the strength that they have. So don't make no excuses and feel sorry for a man who is unmotivated. If your presence alone does not motivate him to do something with his life, You don't need to.
Only on TV, dog. Only on social media, where lies are told and presented as if they are the truth. And let me tell you something, bruh. If you a man and you getting money, don't you let these bras tell you that you ain't supposed to value they money. The majority of these women ain't came across no man who getting money like that. They ain't came across a man who getting money like that. And when they do, all they know how to do is beg. They don't know how to play the role and present themselves to a man in a way that makes him believe she might be the one that he should provide for. They don't do that. They come straight out the gate asking for money. They come straight out the gate saying, hey, I'm a whore. Are you a trick? If you are, let's make an arrangement. Or maybe I don't want to exchange nothing. I just want to see if you're a simp who gonna give me money for nothing. Man, you a fool if you don't care about a woman money. And you don't know nobody that's so rich they don't care about a woman money. Every rich man I know wouldn't marry a woman who didn't have her own money. Listen, I got several rich partners. And they now one of them, and then they married. And I have not now one of them married a woman who didn't have nothing. All my millionaire partners married a woman who was a millionaire too. All my partners with good, high-paying jobs, I'm talking about, mid six figures, 4, 5, 6, 700,000. They wouldn't dare be with a woman who make anything less than 300,000, 400,000. That shit is on TV. It ain't where these women ain't worth just taking care of like that. They got to go get that money. You know what I'm saying? Dog, just speaking for myself. Now, I ain't no super, I ain't worth 50 million. I ain't no super rich nigga. But dog, I wouldn't even deal with a woman. I wouldn't even deal with a woman who makes less than 75. Because she make less than 75, she need my help with her shit. And I didn't establish none of that because I would have looked at your income and said, baby girl, why you trying to move that? You can't afford that. I wouldn't have did like Michael Porter Jr. and said, okay, well, how much can you afford? You can afford $2,000? Okay, well, come over here and get that play that $4,000 a month and I'll pay the other $2,000. I ain't doing that. Because I know me. My patience is, man, listen, what I say? My paper long, my temper short. I ain't got time. And when I say my temper short, that don't mean I'm going to flash out on the bra and put hands on her, but that mean I'll leave her alone for a little or nothing. So I want y'all to understand, you out here dealing with women in the world, dog, who don't understand what femininity even is. Like when you look at her, she look like she could be attractive, man, if she take all that, whatever that is on her head. It look like two different styles and two different textures. I don't know what it is. But she look like she could be, she like a fairly attractive woman. But I wouldn't call her feminine. For one thing, she's talking too much. She's talking too loud. She's talking too brashly, and she's too rash. I don't call her feminine. But in this environment, all you have to compare her to is like Sukihana, like we just heard. You have to compare her to those women. But if you compare her to feminine women in other societies, let me tell you something, homies, and I want y'all to understand this. Women are only feminine when men are allowed to be masculine in a society. She talking about patriarchy. This ain't no patriarchy. Women got way too much freedom here. A woman can talk crazy to a man here. You go to a patriarchal environment that's real patriarchy, man, them women in line. Certain things they can't even say to a man. They got to deal with men in a certain way. Because in public, they don't play the old game. So what we hear is women who want you to pay them. When it all boils down, that's all it's about. What you heard her say, a high-earning man. That's all it's about. And let me tell y'all something. That's why I tell y'all about front and flash. It ain't about paying these bras, but these dudes out here such tricks that before they let the money work for them, they just pay the woman. All you got to do is show up with the front and flash, dog. If you look like the money, and you talk like the money, and you walk like the money, and you have the confidence of the money, the woman just want to be around the money. But if you leave with your wallet, you don't give her no option. She ain't going to turn down. A woman ain't going to never turn down you giving her $1,000 to say, no, I just want to be around the money. Unless she well experienced in the game and understand how to play the long game. Most of these bras do not play the long game. They trying to play the game till they rent due. Or they trying to play the game until they car note due. Or they trying to play the game until they got to go on this vacation and they ain't booked their ticket yet. That's what they're about, dog. And then the ones who are in relationship, they just trying to monkey branch. They trying to jump from the man they with to another man that can give them the same, a similar, or even a greater lifestyle, dog. That's the game we playing. That's why I'm telling you, if you gonna put a woman in the marriage, in the wife position in your life, she has to be willing to contribute 100% of the effort and energy to the way you say shit gotta go. And most of y'all don't have the patience to do that. And that's the real problem. All right, so let's get into the next clip, man. The next clip, we're going to hear a woman talk about how women are not interesting. And when you hear her say why, it's going to resonate with you. Women aren't interesting. They're not. That's why all men want to do is lay with them. They're not interesting. They want to be too much like men. Like, you think I want a woman that got shit in common with me? I don't want a woman that like to do what I like to do. I like to do man shit.